So, if this was in 2016, I wouldn't be saying this. But if you don't know, anything woke fails. Anything woke fails. No matter how much damage control that Sony can do for The Last of Us Part 2 or The Last of Us 2, essentially, I think it's already done. I think this game is already done through. And yeah, this game is going to be a massive failure, you know. And yeah, there's lots of bad things the game does. Again, one of the things that GameStop, that Sony highlights, that Last of Us 2, you can kill dogs. Really? Really? This is Sony. This is peak Sony, okay? Peak Sony, okay? And yeah, people were like, "Oh, you're just an Xbox fanboy. You're killing Last of Us Part 2." But when you know the trends of wokeness and stuff goes, it gets broke. That's how it always is. Look at Star Wars, okay? Star Wars always sold on Blu-ray. So even through the digital stuff, it always sold. But Solo flopped, that didn't sell. But Solo is the outlier. But look at The Last Jedi, sold $1.27 billion copies. Rise of Skywalker, half of The Last Jedi. Half of The Last Jedi's sales, okay? 650,000 copies is still a lot for this day and age in a Blu-ray. But the fact that it sold less than Captain Marvel is just absolutely laughable at most. And yeah, and we can even go to Sony's own properties to see. Charlie's Angels, okay? Charlie's Angels was a failure on Blu-ray, okay? No one watched Charlie's Angels on Blu-ray. No one watched it on demand. No one is watching it on video. Nobody wants Charlie's Angels, okay? And this is another Sony property, okay? Made by Sony Pictures, the film part of Sony. And let's not forget, Sony is the one responsible for making the Ghostbusters remake. The Ghostbusters remake that nobody liked. Well, The Last of Us Part 2, so we will be named to the alphabet of us, because that's what it'll be called. Because this game is going to be nothing but a woke disaster, okay? First of all, this game is just, get woke, go broke. It's just so easy nowadays. And yeah, people were supposed to be made by Naughty Dog. The Naughty Dog's a great developer. Well, they are the ones who are copyright striking people who go over the leaks only if you say bad things about the game. If you say good things about the game, they don't go after you. Okay? Thank God my video didn't get thousands of views, or they were taking mine down too. But yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is gonna be nothing but a failure. Look at the leaks, you'll know that it's just gonna be just bad. The game's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, what was bad. It's gonna be, and guess what? The critics are going to probably gonna give it Game of the Year, because that's how it's gonna be. The critics are going to go, "Oh my God, The Last of Us Part 2, so amazing, so woke." Okay, it's taking risks. Okay, even though Naughty Dog was firing people for being quote unquote sexist, they were they were kicking people out of the development cycle. And yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is nothing but a cash grab. Nothing but Sony trying to flex the wokeness again, like of Charlie's Angels, okay, and Ghostbusters 2016. And yeah, this is Sony doing this bull crap all over again. And yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 leaker has been caught. They pulled a Game Freak and went after the leaker. And yeah, because, and yeah, to make, and yeah, and unlike a Pokemon Sword and Shield, I don't think The Last of Us Part 2 will be able to bounce back, okay? The PokeTubers went out and defended Pokemon Sword and Shield like there is, because PokeTubers, are like Call of Duty fanboys. They buy the same crap over and over and over again, no matter how bad it is, no matter how terrible it is. But yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 will be a failure, in games, will be going down as one of the biggest failures in games. Wouldn't be surprised. And to all those, Sony fanboys who will dislike this video, because I know you guys will. I know you guys will dislike this video as much as you will, because you know that this game is gonna be a failure, okay? If you look at many channels, they'll gain copyright strike by, Naughty Dog, because they're gonna ignore copyright law. They don't care. They want to silence people who criticize the game, just like Game Freak did. And yeah, basically, The Last of Us Part 2 will be nothing but a failure, nothing but a flop. It will be a flop for Sony. Unlike the other game that's coming out for Sony, Ghost of Tsushima, that will not be a flop. But The Last of Us Part 2 will show that Naughty Dog is the next Bethesda, the next Game Freak, and yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 will be nothing but a failure. It will just die. It will die, okay? People will be playing, it will probably sell, 500,000 copies because they'll be that, oh my god, it's so amazing because the critics, IGN said it's amazing. Okay, even though IGN gave Pokemon Sword Shield is better than Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's false because it's way worse. It's easily the worst Pokemon game ever made, Sword and Shield. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2 will be nothing but a. It's just and yeah, it's gonna get woke, go broke, and that's gonna be so easy. If we look at the plot weeks, is just bad. Kind of like the Rise of Skywalker. Kind of like all these bad woke movies that came out in 2019, and yeah, kind of like Battlefield 5 all over again. No one's gonna buy it. It's gonna underperform severely, and they're gonna say, oh, and they're gonna blame the fans if the game comes out and say, "Oh my God, how dare you not buy The Last of Us Part 2? You are sexist if you don't buy this game." Okay, they're going to blame the fans, just like they did with Ghostbusters, just like they did with Charlie's Angels. Okay, and yeah, Sony is gonna be on. I think Sony next anyway, and the PS5 is gonna be a failure. It's not gonna do as well if they continue going down this path, making everything woke, making all the first party games woke and terrible. And yeah, that's basically it. Goodbye.